Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today new upgraded Rakdos with all the new cards from either drift, and some of them are especially exciting. Bloodghast is probably my favorite because this card is free basically. As long as you play a land, you get all of the Bloodghast from the graveyard for free, and not only they get haste when your opponent is at 10 or lower, which happens a lot with Forge decks, but also this gives you a free creature to sacrifice, for example for Mirth, for Braids, or even for Final Vengeance, so you can basically cast it for free as the perfect 1-mana removal. Outside of this we also have Gas Guzzler, 1-drop that allows you to go into max speed as soon as possible, and whenever you are at max speed you can keep sacrificing creatures for a single point of mana and draw a card. And guess what? Sacrificing Percussionist gives you basically extra card because you already get one from this dying. You can sacrifice Forge tokens at every turn, so basically this gives you infinite card draw with those two cards, and of course you can attack with Bloodghast, then sacrifice it, then play the land and get Bloodghast back every single turn. So this deck is kinda exciting, I think you will like it, and of course Braids is always doing hard work, sacrificing permanents and dealing damage and drawing you cards, so I think it will be fun. Let's go to the gameplay and yeah, enjoy! Alright, this should be a very nice start, so we'll take it. And we need 1 black mana for the Guzzler, so let's go with the Verge. And I really want to go with Bloodghast on the next turn. The faster you get it, the better. Alright. I mean, we probably just go with Verge. Never show your opponent full information, so we attack first. Maybe there will be a reaction. And I think this Torch the Tower would be so much better used on the Bloodghast. Well, now they will get this every turn, forever. Not exactly sure what we are playing against. Maybe they have 2 Torch the Tower, so in that case this didn't really matter too much. This is Sorcery, so of course you cannot sacrifice, in response to them killing your creature. But we have Percussionist, we have Bloodghast. I really would love them to kill this right now without exiling. Oh, this is just a mono red with weird card. Okay, alright. We play Mountain, now all the Verges give all the mana. Honestly, I think we attack and then we sacrifice a creature. I could also go for the Final Vengeance, but in that case I shouldn't be playing the land, so I'm kinda forced into this play right now. I really think we will go with the Braids right now. Final Vengeance will be better on different cards. Alright. Let's go for this. We are getting it back on the next turn for free. And it also already deals the damage. Wow, they sacrificed? No way, man. Alright, I love it. This is so much better than I expected. They can go for Lightning Strike, that's fine. Alright, Forge. Seems nice. So first we go for the Forge. Then we go for the Springs. I guess I can... Okay, I misplayed. I will take 1 extra damage because I'm bad. Because I didn't think that I will also play Percussionist before the combat phase, right? That's fine, that's fine. As long as they spend cards and resources to defend, they will die anyway. So 1 damage is unnecessary here. We should just leave the Mountain up. But that's fine, that's fine. And we can also use the Forge tokens to use Final Vengeance later, or to draw a card with Percussionist. It seems that they still have 1 either Burst Lightning or Torch the Tower. Probably Burst Lightning, right? Torch the Tower has very easy target here. And now we are starting to deal damage that they probably don't really have ability to remove. They don't really want to hit tokens or Percussionists with their burn spells. And as long as they defend with those spells, they are not dealing damage to your face. So if you can keep up the value, you will win the long game then. And this deck can absolutely keep up the pressure forever, basically. It depends on the cards, though. It depends on the cards. But the Forge will be doing like some serious work here. Very interesting tap that suggests they have Monstrous Rage. Yep. I hope they won't hit 1 mana spell. They hit 1 mana spell. Good for them, but this one isn't as perfect. Yep, they just hit face. And that's probably correct. We are down to 8. So now we will go Forge. So we can accelerate the damage. and we'll cast this after the combat phase. We could also draw the card. Is that worth it even? We cannot play it on this turn. Oh, this is rough. Do I really want an extra card or just more damage? I think we want more damage, to be honest. I think this is just better. I think we go like this. They are down to 10 as well, so Bloodghast will start hitting their face as well. This will be very close. But we already answered double challenger, a lot of burn, so I really hope that, you know, it's good enough. But right now we are full racing. Whoever gets the stronger damage hand from now on will win. We actually are in full top deck mode right now. And they might not have creatures. Unfortunately, they have creatures, which is unfortunate. They could hold Nemesis for blocks. That would really help them. Manifold Mount. Alright. We know everything about their hand. We are both in top deck right now. Alright, and they're holding. That's not great. That's actually really not great. They can get double strike to mouse and double pump it to 3, which means 6 damage already. But then we hold Percussionist probably. We just need 1 removal and we should be fine. Of course we cannot... Well, we could really attack, I guess, with this. This is good enough, I think. If they hit face, I'm okay with this. 3 damage. Nice. Good start. And I will hold it because we can hit FOMO or something, so we can cycle cards. And we'll try to block with Percussionist the double strike. This only gives haste and +1, so they cannot give trample and double strike unless they draw something. So this card will probably decide the game. Oh my god, this is a good card. Oh my god, this is one of their best ones. Alright. Double strike. Sure. I don't think this is the right attack. I think this is the correct attack, yep. So we can draw a card. We could prevent the damage. We have the land, they don't know about it. I will go like this. We should get additional card, I hope it will be enough. We prevent 3, we take 1. They can kill Bloodghast, but we are getting it back, and it doesn't get exiled. Oh my god, land from the top. When all your plays get down to... Wow, I got an extra land. However, we at least get the Bloodghast, right? We get it back. We don't really attack. Now we can sacrifice something, you know? There is a chance we'll get a removal. I think it's worth it. We have land for the future turn as well, so this is always back for free. Alright, Braids, nice, nice. Then we can sacrifice and manifest Dread. We need to be careful because they can kill us. So we definitely make those creatures. And now we double attack, I believe. This is a force block, so they have to block this against this, hit us for 4, and roll with it. I think this is good. I think this is good. Yep, here we go. Down to 6, and we'll take 3 damage to the face. Getting us to 5. And this game could not be closer. We take 1 pain from this. That hurts a little bit. But we get the additional creature, so then we have 2 creatures. I think it's super worth it. And one of the creatures has low power. And we actually want to sacrifice the mirror. And this is so close. They are literally at 1. Alright. We get this, of course. And we need... Okay, this draw will decide the game. Who was the better player? Can you draw a winning card from the top? That's the question. It's a land. I think land is not enough. I think land is winning for us. They also don't have artifacts, so we can just use Braids to go for lethal without attacking. And we can block with this if we want. Yeah, I think we won. I think we actually won. But this is so crazy. So of course we have to go like this. No trample. We are going down to 1 and then we kill them. Bruh. Alright, I'll give him a good game. This was as close as it gets. 1-1. Right, we are going with Verge into Gas Guzzler because we want to start the damage and speed as soon as possible. And then we'll see. So probably we'll go with Momentum Breaker on the next turn, just to be mana efficient. Our opponent is so far Simic. And they probably... I mean, this should be very fine for them. Like, Simic Terror decks are super quick. So let's go for the Mountain here. And probably the Momentum Breaker. This way we can start hitting their cards as soon as possible. The Sacrifice could be nice later, but I want to be mana efficient and, you know, just keep playing cards every turn. They discarded one of their best cards, so that's very interesting. That probably means this is their only land, I would guess, because otherwise they would discard the other one. Up the Beanstalk? Nope. They really won't have the Beanstalk here. Alright, land. Alright, we're absolutely overdrawing clans like crazy though. So I think on this turn we'll actually set up Vents, because we are getting insanely flooded, like 6 lands on 10 cards. Well, it's like twice the lands we should be drawing. Here's the crap. Alright, that's nice, that's nice. That means we can go with Final Vengeance instantly, which is super needed here. Let's go with the Nightmare. We'll force a discard. Honestly, I think they should get rid of this land. We can kinda play this deck on 3 lands, I would say. And then we kill the crap. I still should have gone for the Vents, as I said. I didn't. Of course I didn't. Let's target the creature, but still we can sacrifice the Nightmare so we can fix our future draws a little bit, which is super nice. No, and honestly I don't think we need another one. That should be good enough. Like, we need to hit our forges, we have 4 of. And that's what gives us, like, basically infinite value in a way. Alright, 2 cards. We are absolutely out of place because of this draw. So, not amazing. Are you serious? Like, how is it possible to only draw lands all game? Well, with this, there is a huge chance they will recover and win the game. Because we need, like, this is an aggro deck. You cannot, you know, pressure your opponent's life total with 7 lands in your hand. So we need to go with this Vents. Yep. It seems that they still have something. Like, single Momentum Breaker from the top would win this game right now. Alright, we'll soon be at maximum speed, so maybe we can start cycling some creatures, depending on how we draw. And we can also go, I tell you man, only lands, nothing more. Oh boy. You know what, let's go for the Pain Land here. We'll activate this, and we'll try to be aggressive. They might have a crap, there's nothing we can do about it. But we'll try. They might try to race us with the crap and try to go for, you know, just as much aggression as possible. Alright, this is a good draw. Potentially, depending on what they have. Or it could be a dead draw. It is probably a dead draw, because this seems to be an instant. Rona's Vortex. Oh, alright. That's way better. That is way better. So, not much I can do here. Alright, I guess. It's not the end of the world, but our draw is. What we are doing is extremely bad. Alright, finally, a good draw that can recover this. Alright, so now we are even. Now whoever draws better cards will probably win. I won't play the Nightmare because right now they might hit some instant that doesn't have a target, in which case we can punish them with Hopeless Nightmare, then sacrifice it for better draw. And we can transform Vents after. Oh my god, this is literally what they wanted. Alright, I guess we won't be ahead in the draws ever in this match. Alright, at least this is a land. Really rough, because with Up the Beanstalk they are basically guaranteed to win in the long run. And this is their best card in the deck. And it also redraws itself, so they actually don't even lose the draw for this. So let's go for Fear of Missing Out. And honestly, I think we'll start cycling a lot of cards here. Because with this we can go for double combat phase. So let's discard. This will fix the draw. This will fix the draw. We need to still wait one more turn, but we should get there. Alright. They're at 10, so Bloodghast also has haste. Alright. They're on the breaking point of getting insane advantage and winning this game on value, but I think we are quick enough that we can actually kill them with those cards. Alright, very good draw. Very good draw. We have enough. I think we have enough. Alright, so what can we do? We definitely want to go with Bloodghast. That's for sure. And I think we'll set up all of this. So first we attack and see if they are threatened enough to block this. Whenever you activate Bloodghast with haste, it becomes so much more powerful card. They can level it up, so they are guaranteed to have one card for the next turn. Yep. Good for them. And now we can go double red. I'm not sure if I want to go for the Hopeless Nightmare. It's not a bad card. It's actually not a bad card. It's also not the best card. I think we... Well, I guess we have to, right? Alright, so we are going with it, because Gas Guzzler is doing a little bit more. Let's go like this. This way, even if they target something, we can sacrifice it and draw a card. So it won't be as easy for them to dismount in big enough. Man, this is way harder than I expected, but I think we're close to a breaking point where we will get them. Also, this cannot target lands, right? So our vents can always attack and try to finish them. And once they get enough cards to have something in the hand, we can start attacking their hand with next Momentum Breakers and next Hopeless Nightmares. They should know that we can sacrifice a creature. They won't be able to play anything. But I guess it's just a bounce, so maybe. Let's try. This can always cycle a card, right? And we'll never attack with this. This is so rough. Braids, finally the type of cards I really wanted here. Alright guys, with this is huge. Let's hit the face. I don't think they have any instants, so they probably are absolutely hopeless on this turn. And we want one red mana for sure. We have Braids. I think we go for Fear of Missing Out as well. But then we have to sacrifice something. Is it... so we need to cycle this card then. This could be really huge. Alright, let's keep it. And of course, we will go for the enchantment. Because those Momentum Breakers aren't needed, we don't need the life gain, and they really don't want to get rid of Stormchaser's talent, because it enables all their bounce spells and, you know, they can keep infinite loop basically. See? 2 extra damage, very nice. And I'm keeping this for their inevitable blocker like Crap or Terror. We'll probably have to finish the game with like indirect triggers later. Alright, one card. Man, drawing this up the beanstalk gave them like 4 cards or something crazy like this. And I think we can still burn through it. That's always something I really like about Rakdos. Even if they go... What? They're dead on board. Bro, what is this play? Well, they need to play a land and something. Alright, I'll take my win. Alright, our opponent unfortunately is going first, but our draw is okay. And now it got just a little bit better. Let's go with the Guzzler, of course. We want to start as quickly as possible. Maybe we'll, you know, ramp some speed. And let's see. So this should be probably Momentum Breaker, I would guess. But that means we can Fear of Missing Out, maybe? Well, they might take like Mirth, maybe. But we'll see. Momentum Breaker kinda only hits bat, so if they have different creature, that's kinda protected against it. But we'll see. They have some rough choice here. Fear of Missing Out is really nice. Alright, it's not anymore. Oh, Momentum Breaker, this is... Oh, okay, this is really nice. I can cast that later, so let's go for Momentum Breaker, and they probably have Slasher for the next turn, I would guess. So they kinda wanted to mess our turn a little bit, so their 3-drop hits a little bit better. But we are going for the speed, and we have 4, so we can create infinite cards at some point. They are going for the Annex, alright, so they definitely have some demons. They don't know about this, and this will hit them super hard. Let's go for the Forge. We need to set it up as soon as possible, especially that we are on the draw, so it's already slower than it should be. And yet I expect a 4 mana demon that will kill with Momentum Breaker, and that's the play they don't expect. Oh, they are just taking damage? Oh, the Bloodghast will love this. Alright guys, so how do we go about it? I think we are not attacking on this turn probably. Unless we hit something. I will play this, because there is a chance we hit a Haster or something. And that might be very nice. And I don't need those cliffs for sure. Oh, I wish we could play it before. Alright, let's attack. We have a lot of creatures. This is already 4 damage. So even if they play a demon, they will be at 9, which means that every gust has haste, and that speeds lethal very quickly. Unless they kill something right now, which seems to be the case. Alright, you got your Anoint with Affliction. Will they waste another removal just to prevent this 2 damage? Otherwise, they know about Mirth, by the way. So they know that we can draw a card out of this. But I can also sacrifice Momentum Breaker, so it's not the biggest deal. Like, the biggest part of Momentum Breaker is leaving a permanent after you make a 2 mana removal effect. Like, this is basically like an extra card in a way. Alright, so I think they have removal and they are considering how pressured they are and if they can wait 1 more turn. Alright, this might be the first rage quit for the day, but we'll see, we'll see. We are at maximum speed. Now we can go for the Mirth, and we can sacrifice, of course, our free token, so we get free value. And here's the final... Oh, I don't think they are coming out of this. The problem with Annex is that if you cannot support Demon, like surviving, you will die to this Annex on top of creatures attacking you. So now we have 2 removal spells. Every demon is at least like 4 or 5 mana, so they actually cannot defend against this. Yep, I think our opponent realized that they won't make it. Their deck is just a little bit too slow. Alright, so we'll take our win, and I believe we're all on the draw as well, so that is so much better, man. Alright, so we are starting with the Cliffs and Gas Guzzler. You know it will go very quickly down, and we probably go with Fear of Missing Out, so we'll see, we'll see. Definitely not the best draw here. Let's attack and see what happens. Alright, the damage happens, that's nice. Let's cycle one of the lands. That's probably, you know, the best way to draw, so we can cycle it on the next turn. Verges are nice. Oh, Final Vengeance should be good, especially with the Mirth. Like, this is such a good combo. You basically play this, draw 2 cards, and instantly make a creature. Instead of getting the drawback, you get the upside. And our opponent is playing Roots, so we need to be quick here. Oh, this is interesting. This is actually interesting. You know what? We will definitely play the Verge. I think I will play this and try to go into potentially getting, you know, all the cards. I don't think we super need it here. It's really good, but it doesn't fit the curve, so I think we'll just go like this. We want to be as aggressive as possible and just go for the maximum damage. Alright, starting our engines. We are close to maximum speed, so we'll be able to start to sacrifice creatures, and they will probably get the first token on this turn. Because the creature is leaving the graveyard. It will be a 0-2, right? No, it will be 1-2. Yep. And the Tender, sure. Oh, Braids is perfect. Braids is so good here. Not sure what we'll sacrifice, but we'll sacrifice something for sure. Alright, full swing. Let's see what happens. They will probably block at least 1 Guzzler, but I wonder if they will try to block 2. I actually don't super mind it, because that means 4 damage. That means every Bloodghast will be activated, and we'll get them even lower with Braids very quickly. And the moment we hit the Forge, it will get even easier. They really want this mana, probably, I would guess. Alright, good. So we got the full value here. maximum speeds for future. And let's go for Braids. And I'm not sure, if we sacrifice Fear of Missing Out, we are guaranteed damage and the card, which is super sweet. But I think we have, like, we probably don't need so many lands, and they probably need a lot of them. Alright, so if we sacrifice one, I think that gets us a little bit ahead. Because they want to multi-spell on every turn, like 3 times. And we have Disturbing Mirth for the future turn, so this is the next sacrifice that we'll do. And as you can see, they actually cannot play anything. Well, I hope you enjoyed those games, and Rakdos is always pretty fun to play with all the sacrifice decisions, and I actually have some thoughts about new cards and, you know, how the general feeling of the deck went. However, before we start, just a short thank you to all of our patrons for supporting the content and allowing us to make videos every single day, forever, hopefully. And thank you guys for this, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Honestly, probably my favorite addition to the deck is Bloodghast. The fact that it gets haste is like one of the big things, because with this deck you sometimes notice that you kinda run out of gas sometimes around, you know, when your opponent is at 6, 10, 12, something like this. If you have the bad draw especially, sometimes you get flooded and you just don't get this last push, right? Bloodghast helps so much with this, especially that if you stack like 2 or 3, suddenly every land from the top becomes a 6-3, like with haste. This is so important, and they come back every turn, so that means even if your opponent has blockers, if you have those Bloodghast, Forges, and some indirect damage in form of Braids, you can deal so much damage not really caring about their blockers, and you always have this final vengeance in case they play Sharded or something huge. And yeah, I think this is just the favorite card. Of course, you need to be aggressive with this card. It cannot block, it doesn't give you any value on the defense, it's all like hitting face as soon as possible, and it really excels at this. I didn't really use the Sanctuary, I only included one because we are so mana intensive, and to be absolutely fair, maybe even one is too much, but I like the card, you know, it's good like last push. Final Vengeance, as always, absolutely amazing in this kind of deck. Not only it can sacrifice the Hopeless Nightmare, so you basically get free scry, but most of all, Disturbing Mirth. You get a creature, so instead of this having a drawback, so 1 mana removal that is perfect but has a drawback, it actually becomes a perfect 1 mana removal that has a huge upside and creates another card out of nowhere. So this card is absolutely amazing. Something that is very hard to use, like Momentum Breaker was something that I was super excited to use. However, if you hit deck that creates a lot of creatures, you won't be able to kill all of them. So Final Vengeance is targeted removal, so it really helps, but sometimes I had those situations with Momentum Breaker when I just cannot hit the target I really want. However, it's an enchantment, so it's great fuel for Braids for sacrificing, or for Mirth for sacrificing, or for Final Vengeance, so you don't really get the drawback of this card ever in this deck. So I think it's still good, but maybe some nowhere to runs would be helpful. Like Momentum Breaker very rarely discards. However, you could go for, like, you have 7 discard cards, so it actually sometimes helps, especially if your opponent is like on the last legs and they have like 1 or 2 cards that they plan to win the game with, and suddenly you hit with Nightmare into Breaker and they have nothing. So it's still a viable choice, but I think, like, I wasn't as excited for Momentum Breaker as I expected. Gas Guzzler is an interesting one. It really fits the archetype because you kinda want to sacrifice creatures for cards, but it's also very hard to use. It's a very scary card, so I've noticed that it dies surprisingly often. Your opponent very often prioritizes this over like Bloodghast, Fear of Missing Outs, because they don't dish out so much damage early game, and this Gas Guzzler is very hard. When you activate the max speed, your opponent cannot really target your creatures, because on top of just sacrificing, you know, tokens that are free value, you can actually protect your creatures against removal. Your opponent targets something, in response you sacrifice it and draw a card. They lost a card, you didn't, and you have a new one. So this is so scary that most of the time it just dies instantly. That's something I've noticed, so I guess there's a lot of respect for Gas Guzzler. So I didn't really use this ability as much as I hoped for, and Percussionist still seems to be the best 1-drop here. It's absolutely amazing. You always get the value from this, and haste means that you can start this cheap damage for Bloodghast and Braids Lethals way faster than before. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think in the comments, and And that's it for today. So thank you and see you guys tomorrow.